I'm currently looking for 6 players to join my D&D game at 7 PM GMT plus 1 on Tuesdays. These are 4-hour games every week for $50. If you wish to join, send me a private message on Discord. There's a link to my server in the description, and you can bug me from there. Anyways, enjoy the video. Today we're going to look at some Arcana Unleashed. It's a new book which isn't out yet by the time I'm recording this video. But when you see this video, well, I'm not sure if it will be out or not. I just know this specific thing here is in that book. I saw a Reddit post about a new spell which I thought was interesting, so we're going to talk about it. Mordenkainen made it himself. Welcome to Pack Tactics, where I had a DM who looked like Mordenkainen. Mordenkainen's Lucubration. 5th level spell, action cast. You recover up to 2 expended spell slots of level 2 or lower. Upcast. The max level of spell slots you can recover increases to level 3. If you upcast with a level 6 or 7 spell slot. 6, 7! Or level 4 with an 8th or higher level spell slot. This spell is only available for wizards. Cool! This spell sucks! Most people only have 1 or 2 encounter days! Yeah, I agree in this context. It's complete trash, even when you upcast it. I mean, how many spells do you really need to get past 2 encounters? Let's say we're memeing and we're only casting fireballs. We're a level 9 wizard. We have 3 casts of fireballs, plus another 3 from our 4th level spell slots, if we decide to upcast, and then another +1 from our 5th level spell slot. That's 7 casts of fireball. A single fight usually lasts 4 rounds. We don't have a resource problem when it's that few fights. And what I'm doing right now is just memeing. Now imagine putting up a concentration spell that lasts a minute. That's gonna last an entire fight. Normally when you're casting Lucubration you're spending a 5th level spell slot, which could have been a Wall of Force for example. That's a no-save shutdown spell which forces enemies into boxes. I personally am a huge fan of 2nd level spells, like I think the community underrates them. And I can totally understand why some optimizers believe that some 2nd level spells like Web and Phantasmal Force are better than 3rd level spells, but none of them beat the power of Wall of Force. No freaking way. End the video! No. Kobold, even in long adventuring days, do you think this spell sucks? You said it yourself! It takes away a Wall of Force slot. There's a subtle niche in optimization which is worth mentioning, but that's for parties who are pushing the adventuring day to insane lengths. But at the same time, I'm being super generous now. Anyways, I've played with a few groups where this has happened. I've suffered through exhaustion from one of them because our characters were up and going longer than 30 hours. I think we went through 12 encounters in total. I just remember we completed 2 dungeons. How many sessions did that take? It took 4 sessions. That's a month of nothing but dungeon crawling. Kobold, that sounds like hell. Yeah, I think it's a super unhealthy way to play the game. That's how most optimizers burn out. I played that game like 5 years ago or something. We were level 11, I believe. Anyways, even there, this spell sucks. I can see a case where you might run out of shield spell, for example. If that happens, this can be beneficial, but even there, I would just upcast shield as a 3rd level spell, as absurd as that sounds. Because Wall of Force is just too good to give up. By the way, in case you have no idea what Wall of Force does, check out the link in the description. There's also some potential in casting Lucubration as an 8th level spell, because 8th level spells for wizards aren't really that good. But the counter argument against Lucubration here would be upcast Wall of Force or upcast Force Cage or whatever. You have like a billion resources too, especially when we consider your magic items as well. You probably have a ton of charged items and consumables. Like, oh my god, there's no way you're gonna run out of resources. Also, your party's gonna call for a long rest early anyways if they're uncomfortable. Even if they push the adventuring day. Yes, exactly. That's probably the biggest problem this spell has. And getting a long rest should be pretty easy for you, Mr. Wizard, even in a dungeon. You just plop down a tiny hut. That's a ritual cast, and all your party members are gonna get the benefits of a long rest. There's gotta be something good about this spell though, right, Kobold? Yeah, there is. We haven't even gotten into optimization yet. Diviner wizards, you know, the one that gets portents, can use expert divination to improve the spell. When you cast a divination spell using a 2nd level spell or higher, you regain 1 expended spell slot. The slots you regain must be of a level lower than the spell slot you expended, and can't be higher than level 5. Lucubration is a divination spell, which means when you cast it as a 5th level spell, you get 2 2nd level spell slots and 1 4th level spell slot. Whoa, that's insane! It got 2 times better! Yeah, I reacted the same way, that's why I wanted to make the video. Imagine upcasting it to 6 and then you'll get a 5th level spell slot. You're pumping out resources constantly, basically breaking down high level spell slots into 3 separate ammunition. And when you get to those super high levels, you're just recycling the 5th level spell slots to more 2nd level spell slots and Like, it's really cool as hell in theory. The strength here really is that you get to be way more aggressive with your spells. Because again, you just have so many resources, just boom, 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 boom. Divination wizards have suddenly become the king of resources. But that doesn't mean you're the best subclass in the game though. Your party is still gonna call for a long rest anyways. They're kinda holding you back in a way, even when they're heavily optimized for resource conservation. But don't get me wrong, like, I do recommend you pick up this spell as a divination wizard. But I wouldn't say it's like mandatory or anything. I kind of just think it's okay. It's just a really fun spell on a divination wizard. Kobold, can you get infinite spell slots with this? This might sound anti-optimization, but it's not. I don't feel like looking into it because I know for a fact that the build is going to be terrible. It's way more beneficial to progress the wizard to get spell mastery, not only to get infinite casts of 2 spells, but you'll also have 9th level spells. You won't have that if you're multiclassing too much. I would rather have true polymorph than infinite casts of 2nd level spells or 3rd level spells. Anyways, that's everything I wanted to say really. I don't think this will change optimization in any way whatsoever. Like, it's not a spell you desperately need even at a critical situation. Wall of Force 100% is though, because it's auto shutdown. Lucubration is also an action cast spell, which conflicts with your other spells. And of course there's the 1 spell slot per turn rule. So on that turn, you're just making resources rather than plopping down a control spell which does something immediately. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be Wall of Force, but you kind of get the point. The more I blabber on about this new spell, the more I'm convinced it's actually super bad. Fascinating spell though. This is a lot of fun to think about. End the video. Please consider joining my game, it's on Tuesdays. Each game costs $50. We're gonna play through Dragon Delves. I really like Dragon Delves. But I added a ton more extra stuff that's very influenced by Wings of Fire, if you're familiar with that series. And I made the campaign longer. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye bye!